Thank you so much. Lauren's given me strict instructions, and I'm going to be relatively brief tonight. I want to talk about two different time points. I am remembering the day that Tara told me that she was going to start this foundation. And she just said it as a matter of fact that I have this idea, and I think I'm going to start a foundation. And she just thought it was no big deal. And I looked at her, and I just was so struck by her courage and what she was thinking about at that moment, that, as Lauren said, she wanted to start a foundation that would fund breakthrough research. And it shows the generosity of her spirit and how she thought of all of us and future patients in a moment that was so, so difficult. And it has been my honor to care for her and to remember her. And so I'm starting with that time point, which is about 11 years ago. And then I'm reflecting on leaving this event last year. Shortly thereafter, I started my term as ASCO president. So ASCO is a national organization of professional cancer researchers and doctors. And Tara traveled with me this entire year. And I've been able to speak across the world, maybe about melanoma or about other important breakthroughs in cancer research. And Tara and her name was at the beginning of every single slide. And so her legacy this past year to me has been so profound, because this message of what she wanted to do and raise vital research to help others, that message has so resonated. And people have said, who was she? Tell me more about Tara. And it has just been my honor to really share Debbie, George, Christy, Josh, and Lauren, Tara's story. And as Lauren mentioned, at the ASCO meeting, and I was really nervous giving my remarks, but I knew what I was going to do. I knew a year in advance that I wanted to bring her to that meeting. I wanted to share her story. And it was really emotional when we all then rose a glass to toast her. And so I finished the speech, and I told everybody about what happens every month. A glass is raised to honor Tara and to remember her spirit, to remember her sense of humor, to remember her love, and to remember her generosity. And so everyone joined in that moment, and it was so emotional. And it was hard for me actually to get the words out. And I know that so many members of the audience shed tears thinking about this young woman. And during that speech and this year, I've been reflecting on the incredible progress that has happened in melanoma research. And Tara was waiting, as she said, for each new treatment. We were waiting to get her a PD-1 antibody. And now, fast forward 10 years later, and we cannot believe the impact that this community has had on these great breakthroughs. You have funded incredible research so that now we know better how to use these medications. We know which patients need to get a more revved up version of the treatment. And that's because this community funded vital research for the past 10 years. You have allowed us to achieve this progress, and your support of MRA, of Penn, and our melanoma program has been incredible. And Tara's legacy has been now, I'm saying, worldwide. And I don't think that she would have ever, she did not understand that when she uttered those words. So I'm wearing tonight silver lining. But I also heard this term a couple days ago called collateral beauty. And that's what I feel here, collateral beauty. So it was tragic for us to lose Tara, but what has come of it, the silver lining that she insisted on from the very beginning, is like, the beauty of how you have all supported our work, that you feel so invested in the work that you're doing, that you come year after year and you're funding research, not just in our community, but actually around the world, is extraordinary. So I want to thank all of you for your dedication, and it really continues to be my great honor to have cared for her and to really continue her legacy. As Bob Vonderheide says, our Cancer Center director, she is at the heart of what we are doing every day. Her words and her memory really instill in us a great drive to find the next cure. And the research funds, and I want to make sure that everybody goes back to those auction tables, because we can do so much, and we would not have been able to achieve what we've achieved in this disease and other disease without, philanthropic support like you provide. So I want to thank the Miller family, and I would actually like to raise a glass once again in her honor to Tara Miller and the Tara Miller Melanoma Foundation. In your honor, we will continue to fight to find a cure. Thank you so much. I forgot I have one more role, which is really important. We wanted to end tonight by introducing a patient, Danielle Palladino. She had melanoma. She received treatments, and she'll talk about it. But when she was diagnosed, she learned about Tara Miller and this foundation, and it so inspired her. And we thought it would be really wonderful for you to hear directly from Danielle the impact that Tara has had on her and this foundation on research. So without further ado, let me please welcome the gorgeous, smart, talented, super healthy Danielle Palladino.